Wizard Rod's reign of terror is over. Pegasus Blast, wheel, or is it wall? 360 wall ball. This is the new best combo. Trust, I'm about to prove it to y'all. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy T-Flame, T-Flame, and today we're going to be taking a look at this new Pegasus Blast combo that I have found in my testings to be the new best Beyblade combo. I don't have Shark Scale yet, and so maybe Shark Scale will come in and trounce this guy, but regardless, all of the meta things I have, this thing beats Cobalt Dragoon, this thing beats Wizard Rod, this thing beats... It just beats all the stamina options, and because it's so big and hefty, it can tank hits. So, going over this combo, y'all already saw the video I did about Wall Ball and the video I did about Pegasus, but now we're putting both those parts together, and we get this absolute behemoth of a Beyblade. It is so bulky, round, and really because of how round and heavy it is, it's able to destabilize any other stamina base like Wizard Rod. And Wall Ball gives it enough life after death to be able to be an equalizer like Cobalt Dragoon. And because of how round and heavy it is, it's able to take hits. I will say this thing's weak. This combo's weakness right off the bat is probably going to be against attack types. Just like I feel like some attack types can get some lucky hits off of it. But nonetheless, this guy is an absolute menace. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, if you're interested in picking up any of the latest Beyblade X releases, wait, nope, that's not the latest Beyblade X release. Where's Samurai Caliber? Here it is. I'm still waiting on Shark Scale, but I got Samurai Caliber. But anyway, if you're interested in picking up any of the latest Beyblade X releases, best spot to do that is Mall of Toys. When you shop at Mall of Toys, you use code T-Flame2K, you save yourself 5% and help support the channel. Alright, so we're gonna get straight into these battles. So, oops, sorry, I got a new camera angle, so like, sorry if it's gonna take me a second to get used to it, but yeah, we're just gonna throw it right up against Wizard Rod 360 ball. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I clean the tip before I get a nice commenter telling me how lovely my videos are and how I definitely don't need to clean my... Okay, anyway, yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna take turns switching off launching. This time I launch Wizard Rod. Next time I'm launch Pegasus Blast first. Oh my god. Big hit right there. Big hit right there. That's another thing about Pegasus Blast. It really reminds me of like Hell Sight in the early days of Beyblade X. In that it's good at stamina, but it also can like bully stamina types. Like it can get a big hit. It has the possibility of getting some bigger hits. Now we're gonna come down to life after death. Part of the game, which it just like Wall Ball just has a superior LED. There we go. See, it just has a superior LED, and what Pegasus Blast is able to do is it's able to get a hit. While Wizard Rod is in that tilting motion, normally it can just tilt forever and then just win. But because Pegasus Blast has a good amount of attack with it, it can like push Wizard Rod off balance. And not let it continue to wobble, and then take the dub. So next battle. Extreme finish right there, and it burst itself. It got so happy it got an extreme finish, and then burst itself. Okay, look at that. We're gonna redo that. I mean, if that doesn't show attack potential, I don't know what will. But anyway. Oh, big hit again. It's like Wall Ball's movements are similar to like, it's like a mix of Ball and Elevate. I did have a comment also say, what about Wall Ball on Dragoon? Wall Ball is not great on Dragoon. It just is not. Elevate is way better. Because Dragoon needs to be moving around. Wall Ball moves a little bit, but Elevate moves around a lot more. And Dragoon really capitalizes on being able to move and continuing to make contact, which it's easier to do that with Elevate than Wall Ball. But Pegasus Blast gets a pretty solid dub right here. Pretty solid dub. Let's do another one. I will say sometimes Wizard Rod does get the W. I've seen a couple times where Wizard Rod can outspin this combo, but for me, the large majority of my testings have been Pegasus Blast outspinning Wizard Rod. I forgot to change my camo to 60 FPS, so we are in a solid 30 FPS right now. I just realized that. Oops. Maybe you'll see the fluidity will change and you'll see like quality better in like the next clip. When I switch the camera to 60 FPS. Oops. Anyway, as you can see, yeah, look at that. Pegasus Blast. It's holding on to Wizard Rod, but when we get to life after death matches, it has more life after death, but also it can like bully Wizard Rod. Like it doesn't let Wizard Rod continue to wobble. It bullies it. It smacks it down. Yep. Here we go. I'm so, I do love when a new Beyblade X releases, when a new release of Beyblade X already like comes out and shakes the meta, which is really cool because it's always cool to have something that adds something new, that requires new counterplay. Like this combo right here needs some new counterplay, other than just attacks. Because Wizard Rod, the biggest thing was Cobalt Dragoon for that, and then Wizard Rod started running level, or you could run Wall Ball if you didn't see my video. Wizard Rod on Wall Ball can outspin Cobalt Dragoon. But now this Pegasus Blast combo needs some counterplay. I don't know if there's a good attack type that solidly checks it. Ooh, Wizard Rod might hang on. It does not. It does not. This is going to be the last Wizard Rod testing before we move on. But I definitely think this, well, we'll see if we get some good counterplay combos. I'm just going to be testing this against meta combos. So we'll see if there's some good meta combos. That does not count as a good last test. So we'll see if there's some meta combos that can check it. But my thing is if Wizard Rod is the meta and you can beat Wizard Rod, what else is there, Some people say Wizard Rod on Hexa. You know what? We'll do a test. We'll do a test of Wizard Rod on Hexa just so I can say I tried it. Because I know a lot of people are starting to say Wizard Rod on Hexa is better than Wizard Rod on Wall. That's just because Hexa, you can kind of outspin Cobalt Dragoon with Hexa sometimes, not all the time. But Hexa has infinitely worse stamina than Ball. And so I don't necessarily think that, I really don't think Wizard Rod on Hexa would be able to do better here. Oh, Wizard Rod might get an outspin. Oh, Wizard Rod gets an outspin. It gets one outspin after like Pegasus Blast was trouncing it. But before we move on to the next combo, I just do Wizard Rod on Hexa. I know some people use 570. I don't think that makes that big of a difference. But anyway, let's see. We're just gonna do one testing here. I'm not gonna keep you looking at Wizard Rod. You've already gotten your daily dose of Wizard Rod, and I don't need you to overdose on just watching Wizard Rod. At least, you know what? Maybe this is therapy for folks that have lost to Wizard Rod at a tournament. Maybe this is your therapy, seeing Wizard Rod get trounced. So if this is therapeutic, let me know in the comments. Also subscribe. You know how many people are not subscribed to this channel? A lot. Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. Is Wizard Rod on Hexa shiest? Is Wizard Rod on Hexa shiest? Hold up. Wizard Rod on Hexa might be shiest. Oh shoot. I said I was only going to do one battle, but Wizard Rod on Hexa freaking won that. Wizard Rod on Hexa won that. Look at that. Wizard Rod on Hexa might actually be nice. I stand corrected. You know, I can be wrong. I can be wrong. I can be wrong. But yeah, Wizard Rod on Hexa might be shiest. We might have just found our counter to Pegasus Blast already. Wow, okay. 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 Pegasus Blast takes that. We got to do a tiebreaker. We got to do a tiebreaker. We got to do a tiebreaker. Let's see. Wizard Rod on Hexa might need to get its own video. Or maybe I just do a Wizard Rod video. How to use Wizard Rod in 2025. Because, what was it? All of 2024 was Wizard Rod on ball. And then we saw Wizard Rod on level to counter Dragoon. But now we might need to see some Wizard Rod on Hexa action. Okay. Pegasus Blast still takes it. But no, the fact that Wizard Rod was able to win that one time on Hexa. Okay, Wizard Rod on Hexa. Alright. Alright, now we should be in a nice and crispy 60 FPS. But now we're going to do Cobalt Dragoon. I have it on 455 Elevate. 455 slots in with Dragoon to give it up. Let me clean the tip. There we go. I cleaned off the Elevate tip. Elevate has it has like a special, well, not Elevate. 455. I don't know how to, if I can like show this, but like Cobalt Dragoon has some like connectors here that like make it lock in tighter with 455, I guess. But also Cobalt Dragoon wants to be as low as possible because as it's low, it helps to kind of like destabilize base with like this little up a bit. That's how it's able to beat Wizard Rod so handedly. But it just likes being lower. So I got on 455. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference other than maybe, I mean, it's supposed to be tighter on, 455 is supposed to be tighter on Cobalt Dragoon, so I don't know. But if it bursts, I guess we'll be like, oh, it's because of 455. But anyway, let's just get into it. I did a light launch with Cobalt Dragoon there. I did a light launch there. Did not launch it that hard. So let's see. Ooh, got a big down smack. Cobalt Dragoon got smacked. Alright, it's trying to equalize. It's trying to equalize. It's trying to equalize. However, it cannot equalize. You know why? Because of how round this assist blade is, it just can't equalize. Because when two bays equalize, usually the rounder of the bays is which is the one that's going to have more life after death. The one that's going to equalize better is the one that's the more round of the two. And Cobalt Dragoon, it's not very round. This thing is a square. It's just kind of, if you can get it low enough, it can kind of equalize. But when it's up against a complete circle, it can't. So now I'm a soft launch Pegasus, a hard launch Dragoon right there. Maybe it can get a lucky knockout. That'll probably be a good way of how Cobalt Dragoon can win. Maybe it gets a good knockout. But if it goes down to equalization match, Pegasus should be able to have it. Because of how round it is, and it has good enough life after death, and of how round it is. And, well, Wall Ball also just has good stamina, so. Now, let's see. Yep. Cobalt Dragoon just cannot equalize. Cobalt Dragoon just cannot equalize. I'm gonna launch both these bays, like, really hard. Maybe I'm gonna burst. Oh, Cobalt Dragoon just burst right there. Cool. I never recommend hard launching Cobalt Dragoon. If anything, you want to launch it as soft as possible, because if you launch it hard, you have a higher chance of getting like knocked out, because the higher RPM, the faster it's going, the high chance, more recoil is being generated if the bay is spinning faster. So if you launch it slower, you get to equalize, but if you launch it faster, you have a high chance of getting knocked out because you're creating more recoil. But we'll just do one more. I'm gonna do hard launches. Oh, oh! It's trying to get them equal. It's trying to get them the stabilization hits that it's so used to getting, but it just cannot. It just cannot equalize against Pegasus. It can't. It just can't. It just can't. It's trying, but like, it can't. It can't do the shenanigans. So, wait. Oh, it got, okay, so it completely equalized there, but I think it's safe to say this is also, Pegasus Blast is able to pretty much counter and check Cobalt Dragoon, seeing as how it was like hard outspun 3 times. Let's get on to the fun part of the video. We're just going to launch this against a bunch of attack type stuff. So first thing, we got Tyranno Beat, 160 low rush. Now here's where, oh, double knockout. double knockout. I don't remember seeing a knockout that resulted in both bays being knocked out into the pocket on my channel. I think that might be a first. Unless it happened in a random video that I just don't remember. I don't see that often. Wow, okay. Alright, double knockout. Big hit. Oh, Cobalt Dragoon. I mean, not Cobalt Dragoon. Pegasus Blast was tilted. Big hits. But it's like the assist blade is also able to like kind of absorb and dampen the effects of the hits. Because if it's metal contact, that's going to create recoil. But metal on plastic is not going to create that much recoil. Oh, and it just self-burst. It's self-burst. It's a self-burst. Maybe it was supposed to burst that last time and I didn't check the ratchet to tighten it. But it self-bursted. Okay. Well, I guess that's a risk. You can self-burst, but I don't know. Oh, big hit off the bat. Another big hit. Tyranno beat, getting a bunch of big hits, and it gets the burst. It was like, got a bunch of big hits, and then it just delivered the finishing blow. I'm going to try launching this bay, like, not super hard to try and reduce the recoil that's generated. See if that does anything. Does it? Oh, and that's just, it just gets absolutely bursted by Tyranno beat. Tyranno beat just comes in and bursts Pegasus. I'm gonna really soft launch it here, see if that helps. Maybe less recoil will be generated. Oh no, it doesn't even freaking matter. It's just get it trounced by Tyranno beat. Alright, I'm gonna hard launch it. Maybe it can out recoil. That was kind of like a snipe launch, so I'm not really gonna count that. But I mean, if you want to count that, go ahead. I'm just doing testing. So, I mean, it's up to you to make your own interpretation. I can't tell you what to think. Oh, Tyranno beat, and it just burst. Okay. Tyranno beat is just having a freaking field day with this guy. I mean, to be fair, hitting stamina type is what's supposed to happen. Like, if you hit a stamina type hard, it's supposed to get knocked out. That's what I love about Beyblade X is, like, even though Wizard Rod is annoying, it can still get knocked out. For sure. I'm going to try, maybe I need to angle this a little bit. Angle it that way. Maybe it'll be down a little bit more and then be able to take the hit. Oh, okay. Maybe that's the strat. You got to angle down a little bit to when you're going against an attack type. Up. This launch, I didn't get a chance to launch Tyranno beat. Wait, why am I not using two launchers? Anyway, I have two launchers right here for a reason. Ooh, big hit. Okay, spinning around. Pegasus Blast is dodging. Oh, okay, so maybe you angle it a little bit more to dodge the hits. Because once you dodge the hits and you get to this point of the battle, it's pretty much decided. Tyranno beat's not going to get a last minute knockout against the assist blade. You just got to kind of... If you can, like, dodge the hits, you'll be good. Because Tyranno beat and the last moment is not going to get a last minute knockout against the assist blade. Maybe against metal. But, yeah, no. If Tyranno beat has a good amount of speed, it can knock you out. But when it's, like, in the last phases of the battle where stamina is low, you know, it can, it'll struggle against the assist blade. But it still is just trouncing Pegasus, though, because it's kind of hard to dodge an attack type when they're always moving really fast. So I'm just gonna do one more battle. I'm gonna do a stupid soft launch. I'm gonna launch it like real soft, like I launch it real soft, and it just gets okay. All right. To be fair, this is my favorite attack combo, so I'm glad it's doing well. But all right, Tyranno beat 160 low rush. If you haven't used this combo, you should. Into another popular attacker, we got Hover Wyvern 760 rush. This is another popular attack combo that has a good amount of stamina too, but I wonder if it's going to be able to do good against Pegasus Blast, who also has good stamina. Oh my god, it looked like it was going to freaking outspin Pegasus too. It looked like it might have was getting ready to get the outspin, but it got the burst. So burst resistance definitely, as we're seeing, is Pegasus' biggest weakness. I don't even think I see Wizard Rod burst as much. But you're not going to worry about bursting too much against stamina matchups. So definitely think this guy, in terms of stamina matchups or Cobalt Dragoon matchups, you'll be fine. He's going to struggle against attack types. So, ooh, Wyvern Gale has an angle. Yeah, I knew it was getting ready to burst. I knew it was getting ready to burst. Wyvern, I said Wyvern Gale. Hover Wyvern was tilting real heavy. That's how I knew a burst was getting ready to happen, because it was tilting real heavy. It was tilting real heavy. But I think attack types are just dominant. Honestly, I think my tip is if you run 3 attack types, you have the highest chance of winning. I just think, because attack types are going to be pretty universal in being able to beat everything. Okay, Hover Wyvern. Oh my god! Able to get that last minute hit. It looks like Hover Wyvern has a good amount of stamina too. Looks like Hover Wyvern has a good amount of stamina too. Is it going to be able to outspin? No. It almost outspun Pegasus. I think in some other matches, it probably would get you outspin, but it just wasn't able to get that there. I'm going to do a little soft launch. See what that does. Okay. Oh, big hit. Oh, and it gets a knockout. So I'm thinking soft launch against attack types. That's generally my rule of thumb. You don't need to launch that hard when you're going against an attack type, because the attack type will run out of stamina. You already have a good amount of stamina life after death. So the one thing you want to do is reduce recoil as much as possible, which is why you light launch a little bit when you're using a stamina type versus an attack type. So that way attack type doesn't have as much recoil because you're not spinning that fast. Attack types they utilize recoil to the benefit. So the more recoil that's generated, the higher chance an attack type has to win. So by soft launching, like I said with Cobalt Dragoon, it gives you a little bit of an edge. But okay, some good battles. Not least, we're gonna use Tyranno Roar, or I guess also Phoenix Wing, but I like Tyranno Roar a little bit more. 160 Rush. Not as frequently used as an attack type combo, but still, if you're using Phoenix Wing or Tyranno Roar, Rush is gonna be the way to go. Oh, it recovered from the pocket. That's crazy. I'm gonna hard launch there. I'm gonna do some soft launches after this. Oh. Able to recover. That would have been an extreme finish, but Pegasus Blast was able to kind of like bounce back in there. Oh, does this count as an extreme finish? Does this count? I would think so, right? Because like it's in the extreme finish zone. It just didn't fall the way out, right? Is this an extreme finish? Comment down below. Question of the day: is that an extreme finish? The knockout right there, and it essentially uses all of its power to knock out Pegasus. That's funny. It's just like as soon as it knocks out Pegasus, it barely has enough stamina left. So it's like that felt like a final move or like a special move or something like that, where it's like I'm using the last bit of my power to go all out. Let's go. It was trying to hang on with the 160 ratchet, but wasn't able to right there. Oh wait, I was trying to soft launch Pegasus. Let me soft launch Pegasus. Oh, big hit destabilizing Pegasus, but it's able to recover. I feel like Wall Ball is able to recover a lot more than regular Ball. I feel like Wall Ball is a mixture of like Hexa and Ball. Oh my god, Tyranno Roar outspun Pegasus Blast. That is insane. So, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say Pegasus Blast on Wall Ball 360 Wheel or Wall. I do not remember this assist blade's name, but I'm just going to call it Wall, I guess. But it's a really good combo. It's not broken. I mean, it's still lost. And I think that's the great thing about Beyblade X is the most annoying combos can still be beat. Like, Cobalt Dragoon is annoying, but it can self-KO and get knocked out. Wizard Rod can always get knocked out. It's like, even as things get, I guess, better, it's never to a point where it's like Beyblade Burst and its stamina. I hate Beyblade Burst. Standard is my least favorite format. But anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Try this combo out. And if you have any other Pegasus Blast combos, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Oh, Shark Scale video should be coming midweek. And so I'm excited for that. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.